Hello. Roboteen is a game that was developed by Alex Rasloff and released on March 7th of this year. And honestly, I played through this game and expected nothing but cheap scares and a half-decent story out of it. Considering that I'm making this video, that's obviously not the case. By the way, I'm going to be talking about anxiety, so click off the video if you don't like that. Day 1 of Roboteen starts you off at a house party, sitting in front of a TV with a coffee table and a bunch of other party things beside you. I think. I don't know, I've never been to a house party. So you decide to look around the house for a bit until you find a man that is significantly larger than you, and he forces you to asks you to get a beer for him, and seeing as he is 6 foot and you are 5'11", you kind of have to oblige. On the way to the fridge, your path is blocked by a bunch of people, and you realize after 5 minutes that you have to go around them. You decide to walk down a hallway, spit some game to a girl, get ignored, realize that more people are blocking your path, and contemplate on whether or not you should air this bitch out. So after going back through the hallway, you finally find an opening to get to the fridge. Easy enough, right? Get the guy's beer and give it to him before he throws you. Until this absolutely fine specimen comes up to you and blocks your way to much higher priorities. She says it's been a while, and as he rips up a 10 out of 10 Kai Cenat Gyat baddie, why did I write this in the script? She shows you how much she loves you and misses you. How sweet. Aww. After giving the man his vomit flavored beer, you end the day. Day 2 is more of the same. Do an inspection animation on yourself like a troubled anime character and begin your day. Look outside and realize that the sky is a bit dark and the trees look dead. At the end of your room, you may see a computer and a PS1 on the desk. Now, originally, I thought this was a CD player, because I'm a dumb teenager and only think about drugs and being beat up by my school bully. Seeing as I can't watch GTA Funny Moments number 241 on my PS1, I decided to go straight for the kitchen. Now, while I head into the kitchen, you may have realized that I beeline straight for the fridge. This because I want a nice cold White Claw. However, my bitch of a wife decided that she wanted to exchange all my White Claws for water because I'm, quote unquote, too angry when I drink them, whatever that means. Water in hand, I decided to go back into my room so I can surf the internet for 20 minutes, 15 of which were spent on the internet actually loading because we have a cardboard box for a PC. Day 3. You do another inspect animation and you may notice that we look a bit darker. Our hands are a lot more brown than usual. I'm sure it's nothing. You decide to mess around the room for a bit and realize that our bathroom door is open. Go inside to look in the mirror and see that. After looking at yourself in the mirror, realizing that we live in Birmingham, and realizing that you don't need to clean yourself, you decide to leave the bathroom and go into the hallway. Now, you may have noticed that our house is a little bit darker, also kind of resembling us in a way. Frankly, I decided to ignore it and go beeline for the fridge once again to see if I had any more White Claws left, and of course, I did not. In a sober rage, I decided to go down to my 12-year-old stepson's room, try and beat him, forget that him and my bitch wife left to, quote-unquote, hang out at a friend's almost 4 years ago now, and go into a violent rage. During my outburst, I realized that there were a couple of stairs to my right. These stairs lead to the basement. I'm warning you right now, these stairs lead to both the beginning and the end of where this story is headed. I hope that you're ready. Deciding to go down the stairs, you may look to your right and notice that there was a shovel there. You decide to pick it up. Is that a pile of dirt? You know, I did realize that we don't have any flooring down here. Anyway, dig the hole, your day ends. Day 4, do your inspect animation and oh my goodness. Our bed seems to be rotting. Go into the bathroom and, yeah. Our world, or at the very least the house, seems to be shifting, becoming dirtier and somehow bigger every day. Mirrors are out of place, windows gone, and the house even darker than before. We go down to the kitchen and, yeah. It's not supposed to be like that. And also, I'm looking back at my footage and are things multiplying? Microwaves and paintings that weren't there before are now replicating those next to them, mimicking them in a way. Oh, and of course you still can't get a beer because God hates us. Does this opening look smaller to you? It sure does to me. Huh. The whole hallway is smaller. Well, hello there. I tried to pluck the flowers out of his head multiple times, but fun doesn't exist for me. This man seems to be almost made out of marble. His body seems hard and gray. He has the body of a human, but the face and body of your average New York City block. Well, backtracking, we decide to go back down the hallway and into the kitchen, only to find that there are more of them, surrounding us, making us go back the way we came. Some of them even sitting down, relaxing like they know there's nothing you can do about them. Not currently, anyways. I go back and try to get into the comfort of my room, but they're everywhere. Nowhere is safe. I have to get to the basement. That's the only place I can go. The nice man we encountered before has kindly moved out of the way from the stairs. However, the journey down the staircase feels so much longer than it should be. As we make it down the stairs, we grab the shovel and continue to dig. Day 5. We're growing. Eyeballs protrude from our arms, pulsating and writhing. The branches that were once small are now elongated and twitching. The house almost impossible to see in. Your bed now rotten black. Yet we still clamp our hands, ready to start the day. I find my way through the house, noticing that everything is larger, duplicating, and most of all, rotten. Anyway, I walk out of my room and go into the kitchen. Go to the fridge, refuse a beer because God is dead, and walk out of the kitchen. You know, the walk down the hallway feels so much longer now. I mean, before it felt long, but now it feels endless, like we'll never stop. Yet, we make our way to the staircase as always. And as we go downstairs, we notice that instead of the shovel to our right like usual, there's a man there. Go up to him and realize that it's one of the flower men, as I like to call him, from before. He blocks the hole and says, "You know you can't do that until you look at yourself." We make our way back to our room, go into the bathroom, and see ourselves for one final time. After looking at ourselves, we grab the shovel that's next to the mirror, decide once and for all to get rid of what or who we have become. Once you break the mirror, you might want to get ready, because they are coming. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. Fight your way through the house, destroy the flower men that lie in your wake, and finally make it to the basement, where you can dig once more. Day 6. We don't look at our hands this time. As you walk through the room, you may notice that it's no longer a bedroom, but now resembles something like a hospital or maybe even a psych ward. And as you go further, you notice the amount of filing cabinets, odd pictures, grates, and, of course, our handy-dandy shovel. It is nearly over. Waves of flower men come for you, 3 times as many that were there yesterday. However, you must persist. After game ending all of them, you go down to the basement. For the final time, you do what you do best and dig your hole. Day 7. You've done it. You put on your suit and realize that your hands are finally clean. You walk through the house and notice that everything is no longer rotten. Of course, you can't grab a beer because the school system has failed you. So you walk out of the kitchen and notice that instead of a basement, there's a room containing a key. This key leads to a locked door at the end of the hallway, finally opening. As you open the door, you are met with a screen, leading you back to day 1, signifying the end of the game. So, what did we just experience? Barbatine is a very interesting game in my opinion, and if you disagree, there'll be a nice surprise on your doorstep in 2 weeks' time. Now, I have a theory on this game and its plot, which contains alcohol, loneliness, and anxiety. So if you don't take kindly to that, then move to the timestamp on the screen, or simply click off the video. I appreciate you watching this far. Come again soon. But for now, we'll be getting into the theories. This game is much, much darker than it actually seems. I believe that Barbatine is a game about loneliness and anxiety, and I have a few reasons for this theory. As we progressed through the game, we wear only pajamas throughout it, excluding of course day 1 and day 7. Day 1 signifies, to me at least, the start of a loop. You start alone in a corner looking at nothing, and if you look around, everybody else is with someone. We're the only person at this whole party that is alone. We try to go up to people to socialize, but instead immediately get asked to do someone else's bidding while they take all the girls, or at least that's how it looks to me. Constant obstacles block our path, and when we finally do make it, our person that I can only assume is our ex throws up on us. I can only assume that she was either drunk or so disgusted by what we said that she vomited on us. After moving past her, we go to the man and give him his beer like he asked. To me, I feel like this day is to show our social awkwardness as a person. Day 2 doesn't have much to it, it just signifies us being alone. That's it. Now, day 3, on the other hand, is much more interesting than day 2. To me, day 3 signifies the descent into loneliness and anxiety that we as a player are going through. I believe that the brown in our character is not dirt or grime, but instead depression and self-loathing. He sees himself in the mirror and feels disgusted in himself, disgusted that he, as a person, has turned out this way. He indulges in solitude and sits on his computer all day, doing nothing but playing video games. The sky outside is dark and gloomy, signifying the character's feelings towards himself. He goes downstairs to try and dig himself out of this mental hell he is in. He wants to escape. Day 4. Day 4 signifies the start of the terror the main character begins to feel. He wants to get out of this rut he is in, save himself, live a better life, and most of all, not be lonely. He doesn't want to be anxious, he doesn't want to be alone anymore, he wants to have friends, he wants to socialize, but it's hard, and honestly, I can relate. And when he tries his best to, these monsters that resemble humans, they just surround him. I believe that these monsters are the main character's feelings of anxiety. At every moment they are watching him, judging him, but at the same time, they don't say a word. They only watch from a distance, saying that he can't do anything about them. They let you dig more because they believe that you're not going to get anywhere. To me, day 5 is the most important out of all the days. Day 5 is about the main character finally fighting back against his anxiety and his loneliness. When you go downstairs to dig, the flower man taunts you, saying that you have to look at yourself first before trying anything like that. The shovel, to me at the very least, is meant to indicate your will to get out of your own head. Who cares how ugly you are, how bad your social skills seem? The shovel is the game's way of saying, break the cycle and become better. When you finally decide to break the cycle, your anxiety tries to hold you back, but ultimately, it will always fail. Day 6 is about powering through. You have only just started to get over your fears and addiction to loneliness. It may feel like you're in hell at the moment, but you have to fight your way through no matter what. Don't fall down to that depression anymore. Don't let loneliness stop you from your goals. It may be difficult in this darkness you call your mind, but you can do it. You're only one push away from freedom. Day 7. Day 7 is all about simply becoming better, starting your journey. You think to yourself, I can improve. You've proven to yourself that you in fact can. You take that key and go out into the world with a new outlook on life, ready to start a new day. It may take a while, but success does not come easy. However, it will all be worth it. Take that key and open those locked doors. Barbertine is a game about loneliness, anxiety, and depression. But most of all, it's a game about how you, as a person, can power through it. Do not let your own insecurities impact your own life. I think we can all learn from Barbertine. While life may be difficult right now, you can power through it. And if you do, you'll find greatness. Hopefully you all liked the video, and if you did, consider liking and subscribing. And if you didn't, then I apologize. I'll try to make better videos from now on. I'm not the best at this. This is my first video essay, so I'll try to get better. But for now, I'm glad you stayed to the end. thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate it, and honestly, I might be completely wrong about this game, and I'm glad you listened to me ramble for however long this video is. But yeah, this is just what I want to do. This is how I'm gonna start my YouTube channel off, really. So yeah, this has been Night Prowl Guy, and have a good night, everyone.